Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We are Wednesday, August 6th, 2025, and we're doing a general collective reading. As you know, it's a timeless read. It's for whenever you come across this reading. So I just say the date for posterity measures. I don't use signs, I don't use gender because it's all energy anyway, so you're free to change the genders and or the roles as you need to. Just take what applies and toss the rest, okay? You must already be aware of these happenings or situations. If not, then it's not yours. Leave it alone, okay? Don't jump to conclusions. Don't make hasty decisions based off of a general collective reading. It is not advisable, okay? You have to sit with it, go within, maybe get a reader, do a personal reading for you. Unfortunately, I do not do personal readings at this time. I have my reasons, unfortunately. You know, a few bad apples ruin it for the rest of everybody, right? So it is what it is, though. You might want to get a reading to see if this is your story or not, but otherwise, please don't make any hasty decisions. Please use your higher wisdom and discernment at all times. Thank you for being here. I'm truly grateful to each and every one of you. I love you guys so very, very much. I'm hoping you're having a beautiful day. It was a gorgeous day outside. No complaints here. Got my errands done. Now I'm just sitting down and do a couple of reads, connecting with you guys. Let's see where we're going to go with this read, shall we? Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors. Okay, so no, that's too many. Put it back in. Something to do with a home, a house, a family, or stability, or business. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? Okay, sacrifice. They can't sacrifice you. You will no longer sacrifice for this situation or person. Got to let go, release, overcoming. This is illumination. No more delays, no more waiting. Whatever this is, it's a waste of time. Somebody's trying to stall, but they can't stall anymore. That's the overarching energy. This is illumination. You overcame something. Yeah, this manipulation for sure. This is the magician reverse, a spell work of some sort. Somebody was wearing a mask. They were two-faced, out of control. Could be corruption. Doesn't have to be, but could be. They don't have all the resources they need to pull this off. There could be an arrest. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. There could be an arrest. It could be corruption. Out of control. Somebody didn't take any action. They can't take action. They don't have a direct connection with source. Someone's unaware. They're going to claim they were unaware of something. Bull crap. That's why they didn't take any action. They were unsure. Bull crap. Somebody's wearing a mask. Yep, you're moving on. Something to do with a contract, a decision. A decision's been rendered. You've ascended. You've used your higher wisdom and discernment, and you made a choice, or somebody else is making a choice to move on. It could be a third-party situation that you are involved in. It doesn't have to be intimacy. It could very well be. It could be anything that gets in the way of a partnership or of a healthy life. You're moving on, whatever this is. Yeah, somebody didn't choose wisely here. They have no choice. They have to move on from whatever this is. This was all illusions. There's no more confusion. They have no viable options. All that glitters isn't gold. They're not coming into material or spiritual prosperity, so they made some poor choices here. Something to do with money or property. They were overlooking something, wanting to claim it as theirs, but it wasn't theirs. It was a false contract. You're parting ways with karmics or a karmic. It was all one-sided. If it's a contract, it was one-sided, stacked against you. People coming up after you. All these people. So you know what? If there was a lot of people getting paid to come up after you, say bad things about you to other people to make them convince them that you are this person. It kind of looks suspicious. Like all these people saying all these things, bad things about you must be true, right? But it wasn't. This is lack of trust, no harmony, a lot of disharmony, poor decisions. They're getting some consequences. They might be going to jail. They're trapped here, trapped in fear. They want a power and control over you. Somebody was in their ego, maybe in their lustful energy, in their pride. Pride got them in this pickle. Somebody with authority might be getting locked up. Or you took back your power, you bossed up, male or female. It could be a father, it could be a boss, it could be a leader. But somebody's got divinity here. Somebody's got authority, and they're going to exercise it. They have power here. You have a lot of spiritual strength. Oh, yeah. Congratulations. There is an investigation. So somebody with authority is investigating something here. Yeah, you both have, it could be a spiritual union coming into play, or somebody you already know. There's a partnership of some sort. Somebody's afraid here. There is harmony. So somebody with authority is seeing your spiritual strength, or they have spiritual strength just as you do. And it is a spiritual partner. Somebody's afraid. They can't control this. It's out of control. They're feeling intimidated because you both, or each one of yous have the gift of sight here. Third eye chakra is lit. You've made your decisions based off of your intuition, and you avoided these catastrophes. They tried to ruin you. This is ruin, though, for someone. Conflict. They caused a lot of conflict. They're feeling defeated. They wanted you to defeat you. Could be a institution. Somebody's taking a big fall here. Could be a marriage or commitment. Could be a spiritual leader, guru, judge, CEO. Something to do with an institution. You're standing your ground. Somebody's protecting you. They're being blocked here. An institution's blocking them, or this could be the higher powers blocking them. The planet of expansion is Jupiter, and it's coming towards you. You stood your ground. You're divinely protected and guided. They're trying to block your solar plexus chakra, your willpower, and your intuition. Ending a third-party situation, a collaboration. Somebody's no longer cooperating. They're not getting along with others. This is a false contract. They made some poor decisions, movements, and choices here, okay? With magic, illusions, poor counsel, talking shit about you. Secrets are now coming out about this family, about your stability, about a home or business or a marriage. This is not a triumph here. This is a fail for them. They've been stopped. They can't go any further. They don't want to take accountability, and they can't overcome this. This is a lot of disharmony here. Very karmic, one-sided. There's emotional loss here. Again, another 5. Crown chakra. They're not as smart as they try to portray themselves, or the divine had to step in because they were trying to get in the way of you and your connection with the divine. Somebody's not very wise here. Yeah, they're feeling unstable, insecure here. Maybe a lot of focus on schmexual things. I don't know. But this is a lot of illusions. It could be Smex magic or something against a earth angel. You're healthy, you're balanced, you're fair, you're very patient. They're feeling very unstable because you're very balanced. You saw through the illusions. You peeped their game. You broke free from whatever this is. They can't bind you. You have no addictions, no obsessions, no codependency issues. You're not toxic. You know your value and your worth. This can't be ignored anymore. Yeah, this is a backfire. This is bad news. No communication, no truth or clarity, no trust. Somebody could be sickened or unhappy. They have no faith. They have no spiritual protection. They're in their south node. They're losing hope here. They're trying to hide you. You could be a divine feminine energy, or there's a pregnancy or a mature woman here. Mental conflict. They could have said you were mentally conflicted. You're not. There's denial here. Somebody's in denial. It's a stalemate. Somebody's acting like a victim. But you have a high intuition, a lot of wisdom here. You're not speaking to these people. You just know. Material harvest. They're coming after your material harvest. There is an investigation, or you used your intuition alone. You were alone here. You felt alone. They thought you were alone, but you're not. You went within. You have a direct connection with Source. This is your destiny. They found out what your destiny was. This was, they gave out false, misleading information. They tried to traumatize you. They want you to go back into another toxic cycle with them. Unrequited love if it's a relationship, even if it's not a relationship. This is not non-reciprocal. Whoever you were dealing with wasn't giving you back half the shit that you were giving them, whether it's love, friendship, time, energy. Somebody could have lost a child. Or, I don't know. You're going to be taking some action here. New beginnings is coming. They know they can't come back to you. Okay, whether it's friend, love, family, or business, they know they cannot come back to you after they pulled all of this off or tried to. You're too strong for them spiritually, and that's how you're moving on. You made the right choice. Moving on, not sticking around here. Why? Why stick around with these idiots? People that want to take me down or hurt me. They were doing something against you here. Sacrifice. 12 in reverse. Could be an arrest. Where are we going? Where are we going with this? Sorry. Sacrifice is in reverse. So somebody wasn't willing to sacrifice for you. Anything. Time, energy, intimacy, mutual respect, unity, and closeness. They can't bind you. They can't sacrifice you. They need to be intimate with you in order to get into your energy, maybe. I don't know, there's illumination that somebody was having intimate relations with somebody else, or somebody mutually respects you. I don't know. Somebody's a clingy ex. It's an old ex. Dead relationships, old ways. They're clingy, okay? They're not going to bring you to the land of milk and honey. They're going to bring you to the shitter. This is an outhouse. That's where they belong. You lock them in there. All they brought to your life was shit. And they have to suffer the consequences. Bad choices, games, and mixed signals. Something stagnant here. They wanted to stagnate you. They wanted you stuck. No, they're stuck. They're at a dead end. Something frozen here. They're feeling hopeless. That's what they wanted for you, but this is happening to them. Loss, depression, and self-delusion. Maybe they wanted you to self-delete a feminine energy. Maybe they're realizing they let go of a divine feminine energy, or they're not with a divine feminine energy. This could have been a third party that got in the way of you and someone else. I don't know. Gentleness, nurturing, and mothering. You could be somebody's mother, or this is somebody's crying over somebody's mother here. Someone's paranoid. They're watching you. Cautious, insecure, and guarded. They're watching out for chaos. They know chaos is coming. They could have sent you chaos spells, confusion spells, upheaval, disaster, and a downfall. They're feeling trapped now. Stuck, no options on forgiveness. You cut ties with them. Freedom, standing up and awaken, or other people are cutting ties with them. They try to attach something to you, and there's consequences. It is what it is. You know, you play around with stuff like this, you're a bonehead. That's all I got to say. When you're trying to bend wills, steal, divert destinies, you're a bonehead. What do you think is going to happen to you? Whatever's going to happen, it's not going to be good. Sacrifice, 12 in reverse, and intimacy. Too many. So somebody wasn't willing to sacrifice having sexual relations with somebody else or other people. It could have been a relationship. Rose, passionate love, thorns, and short. The short term. This person's only in it for short term. They love you up, love bomb you. Maybe bring you roses, maybe one rose. That's all you're worth. You know what I'm saying? According to them. But then the thorns start to show. Something's a miracle. Like roses, they smell so sweet and beautiful. Unfortunately, a lot of manure has to be dumped on them to grow. So you dumped a lot of crap on you. You still came out smelling like a rose. It's a miracle. Dreams come true. Get what you want. So you defied everything they threw your way. They're looking at you like it's a miracle why none of this stuff worked on you. You're resting. Pause, journey, new beginning. So you're pausing before a new beginning here, a new destined cycle. You're leaving this karmic cycle behind. Somebody wants a hug here. You're getting a hug from the divine. Comfort, care, and closeness. Maybe they're remembering how they could have been at rest around you. They could trust you. They want a new beginning with you. They want your hugs and your comfort and your care. They got a lot to chew on here. Or they bit off more than they can chew. Or you're giving them a lot to chew on. Deep thinking, remember, solve puzzles, and code word. Something to do with mirrors. They're mirroring you. This could be a higher level soulmate that's mirroring you. You've gone through the same crap. They wanted to make you look bad. Reflection. Reference. Distinguish. They wanted to look distinguished. There's all appearance here. They were trying to appear like you, be you. They could have been doing mirror spells, mirror magic, glamour spells, scrying. They want to reconcile with you. Repair, cure, understanding, and concessions. It's getting too hot where they are, okay? Maybe you're very popular. They wanted to gain popularity off of what they were doing. They're very focused on you, or you're focused elsewhere. Something's about to explode. This is the change that you've been waiting for. Transformation. Could be a newborn coming. Congratulations. Or somebody's actually evolving. You've evolved, or something's evolving. Is a change, or they could be transitioning. I don't know. You're too wise. This is a lot of wisdom. You're very prudent. You had a lot of foresight. This is changing things, people's perceptions. They have to let go. You let go, or somebody else is letting go. Surrender, open, give up, and release. Someone's sorry here. The unspoken apology, eternal regret. Why is it unspoken? That's what I've got, and I'm questioning. Why is it an unspoken apology? If you've done something wrong to someone, it shouldn't be unspoken. You shouldn't feel comfortable that, oh, I apologized in my heart. No, it doesn't work that way. Somebody used you for intimacy, let you go because they were having relations elsewhere. Maybe, you know, kinks or something getting fulfilled. It was only for a short time before the thorns started showing. And now they're regretting this. But there was some sort of, I'm picking up, there's some sort of manipulation here, energetic and or verbal. Controlling. Somebody's trying to control a narrative, control a situation, or somebody's very controlling. They're controlling your inheritance. There we go. Somebody wanted to control your money. Now they're going to be arrested. There we go. They took the bait, or somebody's trying to bait you, or you are the bait. They're going to get some time here. This is a long time coming. This has been going on for a long time. They took all this time and traveled with this money. Well, maybe you were facing homelessness, or they wanted you to be homeless. So, and in poor health. Your spiritual high ranking here. Or they could be in bad health now. This is a coward, a fake. They're codependent. Something to do with same sex. It could be the same sex as you, a person in your family, friends, whatever. Or they're into a same-sex relationship. Somebody's righteous here. They act as if they're righteous, or, yeah, their manipulation was righteous. I don't think so. They involved a coven and a cult. Witches and warlocks. What are the odds of that coming side by side? It's a massive loss to these people. It was all slander and rumors and gossip. That's what it was based on. Something to do with a parent. You could be this person's parent, or dealing with someone's parent. Try to poison the minds of others, or try to poison a parent, or a parent try to poison them. Something to do with a side piece. A player. Healing. They could have claimed you were a sex worker. They went towards a sex worker. They wanted to pimp you out, maybe. This is false. So they said you were a sex worker. Or it was false love. Something to do with a co-worker. There's a massive regret. Because of retaliation and revenge here. Because you're in your north node and they're not. They're in their south node. They wanted to level up off of you, or you are leveling up. Somebody's under surveillance or placed you under illegal surveillance. This was massive disrespect. They were superficial. They thought it was funny. How funny is it now? It's all reversed onto them. And they're trying to cover this up. What they wished upon you is happening to them. Covering up these secrets with their flying monkeys. And it's a competition. Trying to block your communication here. Somebody's going to be shook or in shock. They have to settle, or somebody was settling. Something to do with a birth that's coming. So they have to settle very quickly with you. There could be a birth, an imminent birth of a child, or you're birthing a business or something like that. Somebody's lazy. They're in denial. Okay, you could be a tarot reader, or you're dealing with a tarot reader. They were a narcissist, good or bad credit. They could have, this is fraud of some sort. They're trying to hurt your credit. You could be a tarot card reader, and they were coming after you, trying to exploit you and your work, your income, trying to steal your income, long distance and travel. Somebody at a distance here. There's going to be a confession. Someone's feeling very insecure about these secrets. It's all fraud. They were showing off. Somebody was showing off. They were very, very greedy. And the angels are protecting you here. Okay? Congratulations. If you're unsure of being protected, call on Archangel Michael. Ask for his protection. Ask for all the angels' protections of the highest white light. They're there. They're there. They're listening. You have to ask for them, okay? Sometimes you don't. Sometimes they just show up in the middle of an accident and save your life out of the blue, but that's very rare. You do need to turn to them, okay? So sacrifice 12 in reverse, intimacy, rose, and controlling. Somebody's name could be Rose, by the way. First or last. So somebody's discovering the thorns. Somebody wanted to walk away smelling like a rose. It's all about controlling you and your money. Spiritual inheritance or 3D inheritance. Somebody's going to be arrested. Thank you, Spirit. Law and order stepping in. It could be Archangel Michael too. Somebody with a higher perception. Somebody's very learned and very skilled, very intelligent. This has somebody with authority speaking some truths here. Somebody has a higher perception. They see it at a higher vantage point. It could be law and order. It could be a doctor. It could be anybody, a professional of any kind, CEO, male or female. Overarching energy. Parting ways. Grieving and regretting. Crying over spilt milk. 5 of Cups. Somebody put more precedence, time, energy, falsities I just heard on fast people, temporary people that don't matter, that don't stick around, right? Instead of you, this is a soulmate connection. It could be love, family, friend, and or work. They put you last. Yeah, they scapegoated you. It's the end of a family or a group, or somebody's a homewrecker. Somebody's not happy. It's not a happily ever after. Something didn't work, or they're going to lose their job. They tried to scapegoat you to make you lose your job. Somebody's not very disciplined, don't want to work, not very successful at whatever they're doing. They're going to lose their job of some sort. 5 of Cups in the upright, 10 of Cups in reverse. Now they're worried. They can't eat or sleep. They're very burdened. Could be having nightmares. They're worried. They don't know what to do. They're indecisive. They're like a victim, or they claim they were a victim. They don't see what's coming down the pike here. Somebody's mentally conflicted. There's a stalemate, and there's a denial here. This was a denial. They don't have all the proof or evidence they need. They didn't want to invest. They're being blocked from an investment. This is misappropriation of funds. They lost a lot of money. This is the end of the road. They don't know where to go. They can't go any further. They might have to relocate. Yeah, they're being exposed. This public humiliation. They're trying to hide from the public, and or somebody's on the down low. They could have claimed you were on the down low, so any potential suitors, they wouldn't come near you. I don't know. They're trying to hide something. This is lies. Okay, they spread rumor, gossip, and slander about you, targeted you. This is self-sabotage as well. Somebody was very jealous and abusive towards you. Petty and cruel, stalking you, harassing you. Could be online. This is news they don't want to hear. You don't want to hear. They're fighting. People are angry with one another. This is something lied to a leader, a battle leader. This could be you or someone else. Somebody is in a leadership position here. Why is the 6 of Wands in reverse and the Page of Swords in reverse? It's all lies. 6 of Wands in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse. Somebody's a brat. Somebody, I don't know. It's a fall from grace. Okay, they lost a position, got demoted. Whether it's at work, in a group, in a family. Somebody's drinking a lot, partying a lot. Maybe they claimed that that's all you did. You're not serious about life. That's all you do is party. Somebody's putting on an act, regaling others with your stories. They don't want you having wish fulfillment. They're not coming into wish fulfillment, no emotional fulfillment or happiness. It's a fall from grace. They're trying to balance something out. You're too balanced. You're too in alignment. If they're trying to claim that, they're trying to take control of your inheritance, saying that you're not altogether there. You're not very responsible. You're immature. Yeah, it's wrong. So somebody's making a head over heart decision. They're weighing options here. Yeah, you're in alignment. You're balanced. You're rested. You're healed. They have to put something to rest with you. They're praying. They're strategizing. They need to put something to rest with you. Something to do with the family or the past, or this is happening now. They were taking pot shots at you, laying prone in this canoe, hoping you wouldn't see it was them. You knew it was them. Somebody from your past life soulmate. They're having nostalgic memories here. Something to do with children. You've healed your inner childhood wounds here. This is justice. You're getting your justice. Something to do with your past, or you're single, abundant, independent, self-sufficient, stable, and secure. This could be a business owner. You don't have to be. You're very mature, minding your own business. You'd be chaste and celibate as well. You're getting your justice. Congratulations. You're the only one left standing, possibly. You have 9 out of 10 pentacles. So if there's anybody in your life, it's not because you're needy. It's not because you're codependent. It's because you want them there. You did this all on your own. You're getting your justice all on your own here. You were with people that they were eyeballing what you had, whether it's actual material things or spiritual gifts or a standing or some sort of money. They were willing to take it, tear it off your neck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a leader. This is somebody that's male or female, place the genders where it belongs. Somebody that's in a leadership position, somebody with authority. Very innovative, captivating. They're alluring, charming, aesthetically pleasing. They take the noble approach. They have morals, ethics, and honor, and they protect and defend the underdog. Yeah, you peeped their game, or somebody else. This could be somebody else peeping their game, trying to distance yourself or themselves from this situation. You're not codependent. You have no addictions or obsessions. They can't bind you. They're heartbroken. You let them go and distance yourself, or they're heartbroken. They're going to have to distance themselves from somebody else. You're standing in your power. You're divinely protected and guided. It could be a heart blockage of some sort. If it's physical, somebody might be going through some sort of illness at the moment. A lot of people are going through stuff. So you're waiting for your justice. You're not going to stop until you get it. I just heard this. Yep, they're heartbroken over this long-term stability, long-term relations. This is family. This is inheritance. Something's coming to an end. They lied, cheated, and or stole. They're trying to still get away with it. Wow. They lied to somebody, this emperor. This could be a father. They lied about your father. Or this is you. This is a boss, a leader of some sort. Somebody with authority. This could be male or female. This is somebody that takes action. Somebody has authority. They protect their throne. They make the wisest decisions for everyone involved here, okay? So 10 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords. They're still trying to get away with it. Oh, but they won't. They're holding back from you. They were impersonating you. This was forgery. They felt entitled. They're very combative, argumentative, and in your face. Very abusive. They could be stealing your work, ideas, or achievement. This is trying to hold back from you. This is a poser, okay? This is a poser. Yeah, there you go. They lied. They were vindictive, vile, spiteful, and hateful. Angry. Male or female, a real doozy. Thinking they're smart, but they're not. A lot of mind games. This is betrayal. Harsh and painful end for these people. Okay, the worst is over. 10 of Swords. Yeah, they're blocked. They can only block from watching you from afar, block from moving forward. You're not waiting. You're standing in your power. Someone's very defensive. You put up some boundaries here. They lied. Betrayal. Yep, they're in hot water. They can't move on. They can't escape this. They're stuck. Sudden departure, sudden arrival, and or there's no contingency plans. They're afraid to make a decision. They're out of plans. They're trying to block you online, ending a cycle to begin a new one, block you from moving or traveling. They're blocked online. You learned your lessons here, or they're going to learn lessons. This is victory. This is protection as well. They're trying to have you blocked if you're online. They don't want you having any options. Well, that's just too bad. This is over. Yeah, they're under divine judgment and they know it. They have to take accountability. You got to block somebody online and they want a second chance with you. This is awareness. This is a wake-up call, a spiritual awakening. Somebody's made the right decision here. Because somebody was unfaithful, not to be trusted, not reliable, undependable, immature, irresponsible, and lazy. Not the rite of passage. They intercepted some mail or some money online. Oh boy, everybody knows about it. They can't slow you down anymore. It's not the rite of passage. Yeah. They're trying to stop your destiny. This is gold diggers and cloud chasers. People that can't come correct. They don't have anything of value to offer, but this is change. They're trying to hit you right on your wheel of fortune. This is divine timing as well. You're going into a new destined cycle here. Yeah, change. It's a crooked judge or leader or spiritual leader. They have no faith, no value system. They don't value anything of, tradition. Divorce or separation, a crime, corruption. Somebody was doing stuff they should. This is bad counsel. They didn't want to let go. It didn't serve. They didn't foresee this. They didn't plan this out sufficiently. They're not prepared for this. They're getting let go. So a crooked judge or leader or whomever's being a gatekeeper is getting let go. They're angry and they're scared because they were getting paid or they were paying others to do this to you. They got to balance this out now. They were malicious, ruthless, and cruel. They're drinking. They're in their feelings maybe. They were careless where you were concerned. Emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable, and immature, self-serving, and self-absorbed. They might not be in control. They're trying to balance their emotions. Male or female. Yep, ending a third-party situation, a collaboration. Somebody's not getting along with others. They're not cooperating. This is not their creations. They're lazy, don't want to put the work in, and disrespectful. They're resisting change. They don't want things to change. They kept doing something over and over again. It's getting old. It's getting stale. It's a permanent, profound ending for whomever this is. They can't unalive you. This could be a false contract unalive. You know what I mean? It could be false papers saying that you're not here any longer. You're standing in your power. You go your own way, male or female. You're very confident, sure, and bold. You're creating something new. You're divinely protected. You're a leader. You do have some sort of authority, the truth. They can't hide this truth from you or anybody else anymore. You're not confused. You're not in your emotions here. They wanted you in your emotions. Now they're going to jail. They tried to restrict you. They tried to bind you. Somebody's stuck in their head. It's self-imposed. Too many obstacles to overcome. This was a scam. A love bomber. They didn't want you having friends, love, or support. Never gave you support. They're doing spell work here. You overcame. This is awareness. Somebody has to take accountability and bring back balance to a situation. You're in control. You overcame. You're still moving forward. You're leaving them behind. They could have been traveling or moving, or they got a car here or something. This was all a fraud or a scam of some sort. It's universally driven, though. This is victory for you. You're moving forward. You're still moving forward, even though they tried to dry up your friends, take away everybody in your life, and showed you no support, gave you no support. You're still moving forward, and you're still balanced. You know where you're going. You're able to rein it all in. Yeah, this is all, yeah, you took the high road. You walked away with your head held high. You're not engaging with these fools. You're moving forward. So they're trying to take your energy, trying to slow you down by a lot of gaslighting and mind games and power plays and poking the bear. They wanted reactive abuse out of you. Now they're fighting, finger pointing, blaming one another. There's a lot of illusions here, a lot of lies. Hopeful, wishful thinking is a cover-up, temptation. They were tempting people, okay? This is all about money, materialism, greed, selfishness, greed, jealousy. This is a spendthrift. Somebody loves to spend money but doesn't want to make it. It's a person that loves the get-rich-quick schemes. They promise, this is a lot of false promises. They promise these people all kinds of things and they can't deliver. This is a bully. It's corrupt. Yeah, they wore false witness. They can't pay up here. Damn. Yeah, they can't pay for any more magic. Maybe it's cults, coven, secret societies, all deception, wearing a mask. They don't have all the resources they need, out of control. All lies, no truth or clarity, no communication. It's over. Going towards financial ruin, spiritual jail. Yeah, they're willing to do whatever it took to win, right? But everybody's walking away, taking on losses, whoever worked with them, 5-5. So let's get ready for profound change. They're looking ashamed of themselves, some of them, because whatever they lopped off towards you is right where they are. And they're hurting for money. Again, people that were greedy and materialistic, jealous of you. They really wanted to make you look pathetically, male or female, you know, unbalanced, unstable, jealous, you know, that they somebody's feeling rejected. They wanted you to feel rejected, left out in the cold, but it's them. Wow. You're ignoring them. You're not taking their calls. 8 of Wands beneath that. They wanted you to feel some sort of way, that maybe they were traveling. Maybe that's something that you wanted to do or to move. This is heartless and cruel. They showed you no love. They were just draining you. They're afraid that you don't love them anymore. You have no feelings for them. Well, after being treated this way. I don't know. Yeah. They showed you no love or compassion. They didn't want you having a new beginning or love at all. They showed you no love. This is divine feminine energy. Could be a mature woman, a mother, and or a pregnancy. Yeah, you've exposed them. They're happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. You've exposed them. This is illumination. Yeah. You're quite aware that this person may want to come back towards you because they're hurting for money and they're jealous and they want to destabilize you some more. Yeah, it's father. Mother, father. You bossed up. This could be one person. This could be you. You bossed up. You're very balanced between your masculine and feminine energies, or this is mother and father. Somebody's about to be a father or a mother. Reckless, careless, they were foolish, they took unnecessary risks, they were very naive or gullible, they didn't want you having new beginnings. This is no communication, it's bad news. Somebody lied, they threw rocks and hid hands, or they lost a child. Somebody felt entitled, they were a drama starter. So somebody lied about possibly you attacking them. You had nothing to do with any kind of spiritual attacks. They attacked you. You're not talking to them. They didn't take any action here when they should have. They kept something quiet. Yeah, they felt entitled. This is about your job or somebody's job. They said it was their job. They never contacted you, never worked with you. This is a partnership. They were working together. Now they want to work with you with the King of Swords in reverse now. Somebody that had no authority to do what they did. This is somebody that's very abusive, pathological liar, a user, abuser, cold calculating, and cruel, male or female. They're not as smart as they thought they were. They were attacking you. They were gunning for you. A queen, a sweetheart. Something's happening quickly now, okay? This could be first responders. Could be the police coming in to protect you. You're innocent, you and your child, or you're using your intuition, new beginnings here. Somebody had a crush on you. So maybe somebody had a crush on you and somebody was jealous. I don't know. But you remained emotionally balanced, stable, mature, loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. You used your intuition to get by. This is unconditional love. Yeah, they stole some money here. They wanted you to miss opportunities. They're trying to steal your spiritual gifts. This is not their blessings to have. Yeah, something's happening quickly here about some stolen money. They were holding back from you. They were greedy and selfish. They don't want to let go of this money that belongs to you. You are protected, by the way. They're trying to protect themselves. There's an investigation. You're stable and secure. You're very protected even though you're by yourself. You have a direct connection with Source. You're shining a light on something. They're being investigated. They're trying to cover their asses. They're finding out that you're innocent. Oh boy, they made some bad allegations about you. They didn't protect you or defend you. You're not competing with this fool either. They can't block you any longer from your family. They made allegations about a marriage or a family, something to do with a home, business. You walked away from this family or this relationship because you had no emotional fulfillment or happiness. You went in search of your 9th and 10th cup, which is emotional happiness and stability. But here you're listening to your intuition. You walked away from trash. You see the seagulls? Seagulls on a beach only comes around when there's dead bodies and trash. So you walked away from trash. You knew this person or this family's trash. They're facing the unknown. Yeah, you're not taking on their burdens. You made a conscious decision to drop all of this. Let it go. Yeah, they were doing magic, or you told them to walk away, drop all this magic, this bullshit, this two-faced crap, this shit-talking, giving out false information, bad counsel, saying that you were trash. They're trash. Okay, they could have said you were promiscuous and all this stuff, but this is also, the secrets are coming out. You avoided this tower moment, or they're trying to avoid a tower moment because they were talking shit about you. They were coming after an earth angel, somebody's very healthy and balanced and healed. You could be a healer, a teacher of some sort. They have to be fair with you. They have to balance something out, or somebody wants to reconcile. You are a wish fulfillment. You have divinity. You're in your north node. This is divine intervention as well. It's going to seem like a miracle here. Oh yeah, you let them go. You surrendered it to God. They can't slow you down. This is illumination. You overcame. It's going to seem like a miracle. You overcame all of this stuff. But this is God protecting you. Your wishes are being granted. Somebody's going to, it could be quite a public arrest. Somebody's going to be arrested here. They're acting like the murderer. Oh boy. Ain't that something? You're not putting any more effort, energy, money, tears into this, any more time. They can't slow you down. You're not waiting. This is a new beginning, new passion, opportunities, growth, expansion. Somebody's taking action here. Parting ways with karmics, all one-sided, false contract. Somebody wanted to have relations with this karmic. So that's where they chose to go. So they can stay there. They're both going to be arrested then. They were coming after you. Poor decisions are getting some consequences. You're too strong for them. Somebody's in their lustful energy. They wanted power and control. They were very prideful. But you're resilient. You showed courage and strength here. You soothed the beast within. And you have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. Yeah. Somebody thought like they had control over you. This is all about spreading egregious gossip. They're parting ways with this group, cult, coven, secret society, or third party, or friend group. There will be no reconciling here. They can't force a reconciliation. Wow. Or they can't force this cult or coven to keep doing whatever they were doing. They wanted control over this cult, coven, friend group, or whatever. Or they were being controlled by this cult, coven. I don't know. Take it for whatever it is. Personally, just tired of these fools who think that they can go up against God because, you know, if you are a child of God, you're here to do God's work, whatever it is. Trying to sacrifice people, steal, you know, eventually it's going to catch up with you. So there was a lot, they can't sacrifice you. There's going to be an arrest, this illumination. You overcame all this magic, this tomfoolery. They had wearing masks here. They were very insincere, caught up with some sort of corruption. They don't have all the resources they need or didn't take action when they should have. They don't have a direct connection with Source. They try to break your connection with Source. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to seem like a miracle here. Dreams coming true. Get what you want because you might be coming towards passionate love, or you gave them passionate love and they gave you nothing but lies. You saw the thorns quite early. There was a short relation, maybe. Or you're coming out smelling like a rose. They need to get into your energy. They went towards, not love, but they went towards intimacy. They went towards sex. Mutual respect, unity, and closeness. That's what you're going towards. And they couldn't give you that. They went towards their, oh, I see. They went back to an old ex, dead relationships and old ways. A clinger, class 10 clinger, who brought them into the shitter. I get it now. So they had a rose. Now they wound up with a box of shit. So it's controlling them or trying to control something, your inheritance, spiritual or otherwise. I do feel like it's an actual monetary amount that somebody was trying to control. That somebody's ex. They went back to an ex. I don't know, something like that. Sorry. It's something like that. Where are we going with this? Okay, they said to get the money cards. So it has something to do with money. Let's see. There's obviously more people involved in this. And they're all getting caught up. I was going for a walk earlier, and that's what I was hearing. A lot of people that got involved in this scam are getting caught up. And they're all turning on one another. The worst one, the one who brought this on, started it all, is the one that's starting to think that maybe they're going to turn in these people in this group and save themselves. I was picking that up too. And this is the one who started it all and kept it going. So these people are not happy with this person, with this karmic. What else can you tell us, please, Spirit? Okay, that was in reverse. Unlocked. They can't unlock something. They want something unlocked here. What was once locked is now ready to be opened. You've unlocked the floodgates of abundance, free from limitations. Obstacles appear to remind you when you're steering off course. So this was in reverse. They can't unlock this money. Losing interest. So other people are losing interest because keep doing something over and over again. It's getting old. It's probably taking a lot from them as well. Money, time, energy, whatever this is. Are they getting some backfires or karma for what they participate? Another rose, right? So not finding enough payoff, looking for more stimulation, make it fun, stay invested. They can't unlock this. It could be monies that got locked in and they can't touch it just now. Gaia could be online, something's ending, or they're traveling. or moving. Trust that the universe has a bigger plan for you than you can imagine. Protecting the planet using herbs or working with nature in some way. Spend time in nature to heal, soothe your mind, and regroup. So take it for whatever that is. Maybe they were doing some root magic or something like that. I don't know anything about it, but there's change here. Their world is changing. Wow. A change for the better, or yours. A change for the better is headed your way. Embrace it. Not seeing movement doesn't mean nothing's happening. Sometimes you must embody the change you want to see. They're going to have to settle with you. Your soul is telling you you're on the wrong path. Give yourself time and space to evolve and discover your true path. They're thinking that your life is their path. It's not. You're avoiding what needs to be done because it feels too difficult. Fear of failure. Not putting yourself out there, hard to regroup and recover, try again, find a new way. So, I don't know. Maybe they're afraid to tell you the truth. They're afraid to do what's right. I don't know. It's a skull, so something's coming to an end, okay? Unexpected here. Get ready for unexpected financial setbacks. So they're coming into some setbacks. It's over for them. The financial crisis might be beyond your control, but the outcome is still up to you. Tackle things in advance and prepare for the unexpected. Something to do with an office. A whole office could be involved. An institution. Delegating more tasks can significantly boost your earnings, or these people have a business and they're going to lose their business because of what they did. Think about roles like secretary, assistant, office manager, other office jobs. Think of the greater good, not just yourself, to achieve a better outcome. So some of these people got compromised. There's a lot of gossip going around. Somebody's going to be taking some action here. It's a power struggle. Somebody's using their higher wisdom here, okay? And they're coming into misfortune. They're figuring out why. Something about a writer. You could be a writer. Somebody else is a writer. It's something to do with they wrote something down. They're unable to save something. The money. They're gluttons. Okay, they're pigs. They're living paycheck to paycheck. So they wrote some sort of statement against you. Or now they're going to write a true statement about what was going on, what was taken about this pig. Okay? Somebody, it could be this. They put lipstick on a pig trying to be you. There's stark differences between the two of you. Somebody trying to take on your persona, your life, your destiny. There's a lot here. They're facing the gavel here. They're facing legalities. Conviction, decision made, paid. Decisions are made. Pay attention. Offer accepted. Legal matters. Court order. Fair. Finish. Being judged. Bring order. Serious situation. Important decision and assertion. And this is 141. This is Sagittarius. This is Scorpio. Crystal ball, intuition, premonition, seeing clearly, discernment, perception, sixth sense, instinct, divination, future planning, ESP, past, present, future, gut reaction, inner knowing. You have strong intuition. I'm also picking up, there could be somebody that's making a decision about the situation. A professional, could be a judge, could be a leader of some sort. They too have intuition. They barked up the wrong tree. 9:19, this is Virgo. Fishing pole, we got that yesterday. Self-reliance, extend oneself, autonomy, mentoring others, poetry in motion, exploration, providing, connect with nature again. So try to ground yourself. Accomplishment, reflection, self-improvement, and capable. So they could have said you're crazy, you can't take care of your affairs, but they're finding out this was a fishing expedition because you're quite capable. You're very wise. You're very stable, self-reliant. 97, Aries, kerosene, aggressive, accelerate, ignite, determine, fuel, encourage, sustain, powerful, stimulate, volatile, situation, provoke, watch out, unpredictable, combustible, propel, and hot. Something's about to blow up here. 6, this is Scorpio yet again. 76, bedroom, sexual fulfillment, intimacy, sensual pleasure, love affair, sleep, contentment, leisure, nap, sleep on it, alone time, oasis, retiring, dream time, astral travel, call it a day. So somebody thought they could retire off of this money and spend the rest of their days just effing and just sleeping around, whoring around. Or they claim that you do sexual favors for your money. And this is all blowing up in their face here. Yeah, they wanted this money here. Yacht, Gemini 565, adventure, affluence, luxury, mobility. I'm telling you, there's travel involved. Great ease, smooth sailing, sophisticated with the wind, self-indulgent, prosperity, comfort, wealth, over the top, and extravagant. They're chasing tail here. It's coming around full circle. This is Pisces 353 roundabout. Communities involved, connections, okay? So they've been able to connect these communities together, whether it's cults, coven, secret societies, or just friend groups, or they networked across, online with other people, practitioners to do these things. They're being found out. New direction, keep it moving, controls the flow of information. So somebody was trying to control the flow of all of this information. Solution, circular reasoning, fluid, many working parts, perfect timing, and redirect. They're being redirected here. 38, that's Taurus. Beehive, it was a hive mentality. Diligent, persistent, stamina, application, tireless, mindful, hard work, devoted, fruitful, busy, conscientious, energetic, continual. Harvest is here, okay? Endurance, effort, patience, and concentration. And these might be important to you as well. So 89, you are the Phoenix rising, Scorpio. Yet again, it's over. Checkered flag. Wow, Leo. So we have Phoenix, transformation, eternal soul, renew, resurrection, rebirth, destroy, rising from the ashes, emerge, new era, alchemy, and transmutation. So you're a great alchemist. Ascension, you've ascended. The end is just the beginning. So you're starting something new. It's over for them. Checkered flag, okay? Conclusion, outcome, finale, completion, verdict, settled. Results are going to have to settle with you. Signaling the end, finishing first, achievement, culmination, final chapter, endings, and feeling relieved. Yeah, Emerald, this is 91 here. Emerald, healing, fertility, eternity again. You're very eternal. Reflection, humility, sexuality, rare peace, soul restoration, growth, strong relationship, balance, free-flowing love, mature love, and heart chakra. Keep your heart chakra open. They went to the crossroads. They lied. Okay, they're hoping. They're crossing their fingers they can get away with this. Capricorn 7:17. It's a direction change. Options, free will, choice. They did this out of their free will. So don't try to say don't listen to them saying they were manipulated. They were lied to. They're an opportunist. They looked for an opportunity and they went for it. Alternatives, multiple choice, the moment of truth, crises, possibilities, turning point, change in circumstances. So whatever they wanted for you is happening to them. Their circumstances have changed. Now they're reconsidering everything. I don't think so. They made their choice and you made yours. They picked their path, you picked yours. You picked the path less traveled, but it's more rewarding. Sahiya, a healthy, happy life lies ahead. Material prudence should be practiced today. So just, don't overspend. Be wise with your money. Ose or os, connecting with animals can lead to positive transformation. It can also lead to unexpected knowledge of self. Take that for whatever it is. Ha-ha-ia. Do you remember last night's dreams? Ha-ia was trying to pass a message through them. So you might be getting downloads in your dream. They might be trying to get into your dreams too. They're trying to shut you up, I think. Bifrons. Remember the lessons of your ancestors. Knowledge of stones, plants, and astrology will lead to success. Somebody wanted to wear your skin. Wow. You're not hiding anything. You have no pockets. You know what I mean? They've been stripped of something here. Mikhail, curiosity is its own reward. A journey will be safe and productive. So you're going to go on a journey here. This is the Four of Swords. You're healing. Somebody's strategizing, praying. They need to put something to rest with you. And Furkas, your ability to see into the future is strong. You must not be afraid to look. So you have strong, strong sight. And they know it. As well as this other person that's going to come and step in for you. It could be somebody that works for the courts. It could be a judge, some sort of leader, CEO, spiritual leader. Or it could be you. But also this person, if there's a second person that's stepping in for you, they're also highly in tuned. They also see into the future. They know what's what. They know you're innocent. Poyal, this is celebrity and fame. Wake up. The intention in your heart. Keep your desires in the forefront of your mind. So the horn of plenty is here. It's a cornucopia. Somebody's going to be on their hands and knees here serving you, I think. You could be a servant of God here. Is there someone you've been quarreling with? It's time to let go and move on. They're going to have to pay the piper here. Haziel, what have you promised that you haven't fulfilled? So this person can't fulfill their promises. Our word is our bond. Keep yours today. And Balaam. Sometimes it's better to be invisible than to be seen. Balaam will help you avoid the eyes of others. So they're trying to I don't know, get away with something. They're trying to bypass these people they were working with. They're hiding from them. Cameo, be mindful of arguments and disputes. It can feel good to win, but not at the cost of relationship. So they're losing all the relationships here. Zipar, your romantic relationship should be at the forefront. Allow your heart to solve any problems that arise. They're not in it for love. They're finding that out, whomever's with them. They're in it for money, or this was the past. Andras, is there discord and strife around you? They must be overcome so you can move forward. So you got to get rid of anything that's holding you back. And Kahithal is justice in the regular deck. Everything's been seen. Your third eye is wide open. Let purposeful action guide you. What are you looking for? And what do you want to accomplish? Everything's been seen. Somebody's name could be Amy, yours or someone else's. Divine relations bring life-changing spiritual illumination. Be mindful of those revelations given by the burning bush. So what is the burning bush? That was God himself. So you're getting your downloads from God. You might be some way, somehow getting it out there. You might have a channel. You might be a reader. You might not be, because it did say tarot reader. Just take it for whatever it is, or you're tapping into tarot. But you're getting your downloads from God, and you might be telling people what's been said, warnings to these people, and they're not taking it seriously. I think they are now. I think they're realizing you do get your downloads from God. A lot of broken promises here, and somebody's on the outs here with their group, Cult, Coven, Secret Society, and it's all falling back onto them. They're getting backfires, definitely getting their karma for whatever this is. You're getting good karma, they're getting bad, so it's about ready to explode. So be careful. Stay away from it. You don't need to be in the thick of things. Congratulations, though. Until next time, take care.